What's up, whiskey fans, and welcome back to another video. Today we are putting these two sherried whiskies head to head for a battle. I have been teasing this for a couple of days on my Instagram. So here is the video. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the tasting. Folks, welcome back to Ultimate Fight Night, the Whiskey Edition. Now, as I said in the introduction, I have two 12-year-old sherried oak cask finish whiskies that are going to go head to head with each other. And a fun fact is that Macallan used to own Tamdhu. So this is going to be an interesting battle. They no longer do. Tamdhu is done by Ian McLeod Distilleries and Macallan is done by Edrington. So let's get into it. In the blue corner, we have none other than the Tamdhu 12. Now, it says Tamdhu was born in 1897 on the banks of the River Spey. Now, as then, every drop is crafted with the same dedication, starting with water drawn from our very own spring. In 1898, our founders created another Tamdhu tradition, securing a first precious shipment of sherry casks. Today, Tamdhu matures exclusively in the finest Oloroso sherry casks, and nothing less. This scarce wood bears two great gifts: colour, taste. Tamdhu's deep amber is developed by the cask and nothing more, and each drop owes its rich, complex taste to the wood it called home. Now, as I said, this is a 12-year-old Speyside single malt whiskey, comes in at 43% ABV and will cost you roughly around 1,100 Rand. I want to say the green corner, we have the Macallan 12-year-old. This is a Highland single malt whiskey. Now, I don't quite know why, because the Macallan distillery is in Speyside. So that I will still have to Google. But nonetheless, the Macallan Sherry Oak Collection represents the Macallan's commitment to nature, time and craftsmanship. Once seasoned with fine sherry wines, the exceptional oak casks begin with their journey from Jerez de la Florentera in Spain, hope I pronounced that right, to the Macallan estate in Scotland, where they are filled with the new make spirits from our curiously small stills under the watchful eye of our whiskey mastery team. The maturation process begins and nature takes its course until the very moment each cask is chosen to be part of the collection. Now, this is also 750 ml. It also is a 12-year-old Highland single malt and also 43% ABV, but comes in at a slightly higher price of 1,500 Rand. So 400 Rand difference between the two, which is probably about $22 between the two whiskies. Looking at the color, if I just had to take the color, yes, the Macallan is slightly darker than the Tamdhu, but we all know it's about taste. A look at the packaging as well. The Tamdhu does come in a much better sort of gift-like packaging, where the Macallan has stuck with their traditional simple packaging. So if I were to be giving this as a gift, factored on price and packaging, I would have to go with the Tamdhu. But as I said, it's all in the taste. So I'm going to put my trusty blindfold on. We are going to give these things what I like to call a shuffle spin. And yeah, we'll see which comes out the ultimate winner. Folks, a special thanks to all of you guys who support my channel or watch my channel. It's because of you guys that I get to bring you the latest and the greatest in whiskey news, whiskey content, tasting reviews, and all of that. So thank you very much again. It means a hell of a lot to me. And for those of you who haven't subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button and you'll be notified with all the latest whiskey content that I bring out. Like I said, I am on all the other social media platforms, so check me out there. And yeah, thanks again, guys. Okay, let's go. This one first. This one has a soft nose, lots of dried fruit influence, vanilla, some oakiness, some nuttiness. Oh. This to me is a perfect sherry nose. This one, very, very similar to this one, except this one has a little bit more spicy notes to it. Can smell a little bit more caramel notes in there. But again, those stone fruits, dried fruits, just really, really shine in both of them. From a nose point of view, I'm going to have to go with this one. Reason being is because it does have a little bit more sweetness to it. It feels like a little bit more approachable, where this one does come off a little bit more, don't know, you can kind of smell the ABV in this one. Although it's quite funny because they're both 43%, but the aromas definitely come through more in this one. But it's all in the taste, so let's get tasting. Again, very soft, oaky on the start of the palate, nutty, kind of like a little bit of ginger there. Definitely get those like roasted peanuts. And a slight little citrusy flavor going on there. I do get a little bit like a faint palate taste of smoke. It's not much, but it's definitely there. This one. This one packs a lot of punch. I'm not gonna lie. This one, a lot of spices on the beginning of the palate. Finishes by sweetness, candied-like notes. This one is very, very rich, very deep in flavor, whereas this one is a little more soft on this one. Again, this one you can get a little bit more of that alcohol, sort of ethanol sort of taste, where this one is a little bit more softer. On the finish, this one is just a lot more lingering than this one. This one has a nice lingering finish again, with that sort of like an almondy type of flavor on it. This one for me again is a lot bolder, so it's a tough decision. And reason being is because I think if you were a beginner whiskey drinker, I think you would go for this one. If you were a seasoned whiskey drinker, I think you would go for this one. And the reason being is because this one has a little bit more deeper flavor. It's bolder, and this one kind of says hello to your palate, where this one is kind of like a goodbye to your palate. So I am going to go with this one over here. Like I said, it was a tough decision because they both have very, very similar tastes, but that one for me in the front has to be my winner of the day. And this is the blue glass, so we know that Tamdhu was blue. So my choice for today between these two 12-year-old sherry cask finish whiskies is the Tamdhu 12. It also makes it a little bit more appealing that it is 400 Rand cheaper than its competitor. So today, Tamdhu, thank you very much in Macallan Distilleries for reviving this brand and getting it going. You have done absolutely well, and I look forward to more releases from both brands. But guys, thanks again for watching. It's been an absolute pleasure. Like I said, please do subscribe to my channel. Check me out on all the other social media platforms. But until next time, cheers for now.